Welcome to Job Editor Official YouTube channel. If you are new here, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification ring bell in order not to miss any update on this channel. My name is Job Editor and I'm here with my colleague Aristo. We are here to give you the predictions of the EPL, England Premier League Week 1. That's next week. Alright. Stay tuned. So the first match is going to be Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. Crystal Palace is playing on.
Yes.
So Arsenal is playing away. So that is the first match. Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. Okay, so Senior Aristo, how do you see this match?
Thank you very much. Thank God the curtain raiser has come to an end. The long English Premier League Community Shield has ended. Now everybody must know that the league is about to start. And come 7 o'clock, 5th August 2020, that's 7 o'clock, Crystal Palace will meet Arsenal. And in fact, these teams are coached by legends, two legends. In fact, they are all Arsenal legends. Let me call them Arsenal legends because Mikel Arteta is an Arsenal legend. And then Patrick Vieira, you all know him, is an Arsenal legend. So it's like Patrick Vieira is going to face his old club. And this is a business. It's not about old club, it's about making your name as a coach. So last season, somehow they did their best to get to some position. They were 12th. They were at the 12th position, Crystal Palace. And Arsenal, as we all know, also did their best and were at the 5th position. They beat Man U at the 5th position. So this time around, everybody will try to start well. A good start will be okay. So I see this game as a game of chances. When it comes to chances that whoever takes his chance will win. Remember, Crystal Palace has a compact system. They pack their midfield and they play some kind of quick counter using the likes of Zaha and using the likes of Jordan Ayew to hold balls for them. When it comes to the new signings as well that will make impact, Arsenal has been good in this particular transfer window. They didn't joke at all. They bought some number of players. We all heard about Gabriel Jesus from Man City, who has been good in the preseason. He scored against Chelsea, a very nice goal against Chelsea. Fabio Vieira from Portugal. And then you have Alexander Zinchenko from Man City, that young chap from Ukraine. Yeah. And you have McKenna, and you have Marquinhos, a Brazilian. You know, all these people came and then they are coming to sharpen the already existing team of Arsenal. They already have good, potent strikers, Edin Ketia, and others who are also good. And when it comes to the midfield, the likes of Partey is there. So bringing these people on board will just strengthen Arsenal as a team. Maybe to say that they are not here to joke again, like those days. And when it comes to Crystal Palace, they have signed Sheikh Doucouré from Everton. Then Sam Johnston, free agent. Then Malcolm Iboué. These guys, the most common or the most important, or let's say the one that we know of, or let's say who has been consistent with the English Premier League for some time now, is the Sheikh Doucouré. Sam Johnston was also with a team last season, but he was having problems. Doucouré is a good player, good midfielder. He's good with the ball, possessing ball, and he has come to a team that likes that kind of play, holding ball, creating chances, and quick counter, and he's good in that. So I believe this first week will not be that easy for the two clubs. But looking at Arsenal's preseason, this time, you know, they played some number of matches. So far, I can say they played about 9, if I'm not about 9 matches. Yes, roughly 7 or 9 matches. They've lost only they've lost only 1 match out of those 9 matches. They lost against Brentford. They lost only 1 match. In fact, they scored Sevilla yesterday 6-0. They scored Chelsea 4-0. They scored Orlando City 3-1. They scored Everton 2-0 and Nuremberg and so on. In fact, showing that they are ready for the season. But unfortunately, they lost to Brentford, EPL team. So showing that, in fact, all the other teams they played against were also some of them were EPL teams, but this one also showed that the coach of Brentford is also means business. Everybody is trying to prepare themselves. So in a nutshell, I would just say that though the two teams will do well, but I'm looking at the form of Arsenal. it should be either a draw or win for them. That's what I'll talk about. It should be a draw or win for them. If everything goes on well, per the form I've seen, it should be a draw or win for them. Or at least Aston should score a goal in that game.
Okay. And then what about Wolverhampton to score? Because if we check their recent matches, especially Crystal Palace recent matches, their last 5 matches, they always score a goal.
Yeah.
And even if we check their head-to-head against Arsenal, they always score Arsenal. They go to every match they score. So the last 10 matches, I think, except only 1 match that they couldn't score the goal.
Okay. And personally, their forward is also very potent. That one is true. If you look at the forward line of Crystal Palace, it's very, very potent. So
this time around, they are playing at home.
Yes, they are playing at home too, and the home fans will be there for them. In fact, the effect of Wilfried Zaha will be there. Don't forget the old dog Christian Benteke. He has been there. He went to Liverpool. He's back, and the experience of Jordan Ayew. Yeah. In fact, he has been pivotal for this team. So scoring goal, I don't think they cannot do that. I don't think they can score goal. So, but I am saying that it either could be a win or draw for us now. Maybe it could be a goal or draw.
What about over 2.5? That's
for this kind of game, sometimes with the compact nature of Crystal Palace, sometimes 2 match goals. I don't know. If you look at their previous head-to-heads, sometimes they will meet. If I'm to go by that statistics, previous head-to-heads, when they met, the last time they met, Crystal Palace scored Arsenal 3-0. The Arsenal and Crystal Palace was 2-2. Then Crystal Palace 1-3. Then Arsenal, it was 0-0. Arsenal 0, Crystal Palace 0. Then 2020 it was 1-1. So the last 2 gave over 2.5 goals.
Yeah.
Over 2.5.
The first three.
The first 3 over 2.5. Yeah. So the probability that there will be goals in this match too, right? But I'm looking at, because it's the first match. Yeah. Sometimes everybody will try to be very compact and tactical. But I'll not be surprised if the goal will happen, or Arsenal will pull a draw from that place.
Okay. So we should expect good football.
Good football.
Because looking at their stats,
they
always play less than 4.5 goal games.
Yes.
That's yellow card, red card.
Yes, it's true. But sometimes too, the only thing is that on a good day, Crystal Palace might not have a lot of cards.
Yeah.
But on a bad day, when they are in their but I think this guy has changed the philosophy. But Rivera has come to change the old way of playing. Crystal Palace plays the physicality. Now they are playing some fluid football, passing, movements into space, quick chances, pace. But when the Roy Hodgson and others were there, it's very difficult to go and win at that place because of the kind of style they play, the physicality and so on. So let's see if the yellow cards will also be reduced in this particular encounter.
So your prediction: Arsenal win or draw?
Arsenal win or draw,
or chance for Arsenal.
or go
to score.
Go to score.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's proceed. Then the next match is Fulham versus Liverpool.
Quickly, I will say Liverpool must wake up from their honeymoon after winning the cup, and the enjoyment and the partying will end by Saturday. So by that time, by Wednesday, I'm sure these are professionals. So by that time, they'll be ready to face a Fulham team that has gotten promotion to the EPL. You know, they did their best last season to be promoted, and in fact, they are here. Anybody who has entered the league is ready. And they've played some few friendly matches. They played against Nice. They won. They played against Benfica. Benfica scored them 5-1. And then Estoril, they won against Estoril 3-1. That's also a Portuguese team. So I think they played some 3 matches. When you compare them to Liverpool, who also played some few matches against Man U, Crystal Palace, Leipzig, Salzburg, and the last one, which is not a friendly match, but a real competition, that's against Man City. Let's say they are informed, and in the last game that was yesterday, they gave chance to other players to also come and try. Give them all the chance. So going to this game, first match, I don't see them buffing too much Fulham per se, but I tip Liverpool to win that game. Liverpool to win. Unless something extraordinary happens. Because sometimes when new boys come and they will try to do everything in the first half, pressure, and then after the 30th minute going, then things change. Or sometimes too, when the experienced team or the team that is in the EPL scores an early goal, then changes their style of play. Then the new team or the newly promoted team starts struggling. So I see this as looking at the experience of Van Dijk at the back, the hunger or the test for trophy by Jurgen Klopp, with the likes of Salah, Diaz, Firmino, when it comes to the middle, the likes of Henderson, and the likes of Brazilian international Fabinho and others. I see City, I see Liverpool having upper hand over Fulham. So I think Liverpool to win.
I have the same thing here, Liverpool straight train.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last match, the next match is Tottenham versus Southampton.
Tottenham versus Southampton is a game that I think normally when these two teams are playing, it's a game of goals. It's a game of attack. It's a game of pace. The Tottenham we know of old always has pacey players, Gareth Bale, Jermaine Defoe, and so on. Always pacey players. Dele Alli, and then those people who can do counter attack. When it comes to Southampton, to the likes of Ward-Prowse, the likes of, most of those days they used to sell players to most of the English Premier League teams. So they have that. Also, they also have the attitude of playing pacey game. This game, I see it as a game that will determine the fate of, not determine the fate of the coach per se, but will tell the whole world whether Antonio Conte has come to make impact in the EPL or not. Tottenham has gone to play some few matches, and the last one they played was against AS Roma, Jose Mourinho, and he scored them 1-0. And Tottenham, apart from the friendly matches they've played, let's say they've played about 3. They played K-League Stars, they scored them 6-3. They played Sevilla, they played 1-1. They played Rangers, they scored them 2-1. Within all this time, they've signed new players too, quality players. The travel man from Bayern Munich to Inter Milan, wherever there's going to be success, somehow this guy will be there. Perisic, and he knows how to play in the wing back position for this man Antonio Conte. So he has brought him a free agent. He has been brought to Tottenham. They've signed Richarlison, that dangerous player who was worrying a lot of defense. He has been signed to Tottenham. Apart from these two players too, I can say that Tottenham too has signed Yves Bissouma from Brighton. This guy is a holding midfielder or central midfielder who can create chances. He's also good. They've signed Fraser Forster, goalkeeper. For J Spurs, we don't know much about him, but the other one we know of is Clement Lenglet from Barcelona on loan. In fact, Antonio Conte is saying that he's prepared for the league. Let's see whether he can really deliver on that day against Southampton side that has not really done much with the signings. I don't know, I'm surprised that they've not really signed. They've signed, but just that the names that we have here are not big names, but some things are they don't use big names, but they still deliver. Romeo Lavia, Gavin Bazunu, Sekou Mara, Joe Aribo, a Nigerian. In fact, he's a Nigerian. He was at either Leeds United. No, sorry, he was at Celtic or Rangers. Joe Aribo, and we have Amel Bella, Kochak, and then Matthews. These are guys that Southampton has signed when they are going to face the experience and the league-winning players like Ivan Perisic. I see Tottenham winning to make their fans proud on that day. So I think Tottenham to win the first league. A win or draw for Tottenham. But it's either to be a home or go-go.
I'm considering that
home or go-go
because looking at their head-to-head, their last 15 matches,
yes,
they are winning both teams to score. 14 out of 15.
Okay.
14 out of except one.
Tottenham
won one goal to
2020. No, Southampton rather. Oh.
Sorry.
Southampton won 1-0.
Yeah.
2020. And so I think it's you are having a point there too. So go will happen, but I'm tipping this guy the likes of Antonio Conte's boys. Son, Harry Kane, Perisic, Kulusevski, and the rest. To Holbjerg, so on to deliver.
Okay. So Tottenham.
Yes, Tottenham
Straight win.
So not straight win per se. You can that's the risk. If you want to do a straight win, it's a strong risk. They can do it home win or go. In the sense that when they win, you are safe. When they score, both teams score too, you are also safe.
Okay. Yeah. Then the fourth match, Leeds United versus Wolverhampton.
Leeds United versus Wolves will be a game that will play without their darling man, as the former coach, Bielsa. You know, Bielsa has been a brain behind this Leeds team until things became very tough for him, and then he has to back out. In fact, it was not a good bidding for him. He was not happy leaving by then, but there was nothing that could happen. And Leeds United is a team that attacks. They are good on the counter. They are with under Bielsa, they play full 90 minutes running, tackling, running. So I bet the new coach philosophy might differ a bit. Maybe very disciplined, compact, and so on. With Wolves too, with the likes of Adama Traore, who went to Barcelona for loan, and so far I've not heard anything from him. So he's back to Wolves again. But with his the man who uses 1 gallon of fuel for before matches, and fuel or oil before matches, and he's back. So I see this game as a game of open to any of the sides, home or away.
Okay.
Home or away, away, and home or away. Whoever will pick the chances or take advantage of the first this thing will win. But if you look at the last matches, at least home 2020, we'll score them 1-0. This home 2018, we'll score them 3-0. 2021, we'll scored Leeds 1-0. Then at 2021, they play 1-1. Then 2022, they play. It was Leeds went to score Wolves at their home 3-2. So this could be home or away something. That's what I'll say.
This match is difficult to predict.
I'll say. When this side will take their chances and live. If you look at their transfer so far too, they've also not been that. When it comes to Wolves, they've only signed 2 players so far. I've known Nathan Collins and then one Hin Chan, who's a striker. Then we come to Leeds. Leeds to after they've lost one of their experienced midfield players, Kevin Phillips, to Manchester City. This guy who is very good in the midfield for them is gone. But they have signed players too. They've signed Brendan Aronson, Luis Sinistera, Tyler Adams, Rasmus Christensen, Mark Roca, and then Dakun. Where they are going, Dakun, but he's English. He's having the English flag, so I'm sure he's a small boy. So very soon, maybe one day you come and play for Blaster. Dakun, JB, Mr. Dakun, Dakun, JB. So if you follow 5 look at the signings too, they've not made any big name signing. So at that level, they are all of the same pedestal. So to be anybody who takes his chance, so I'll still go for my home or away.
Okay, home or away.
Yeah.
Now the next match is Bournemouth versus Aston Villa.
Bournemouth versus Aston Villa is a game that at least last season one of the nicest games to watch. One of the teams to also admire was Aston Villa, because as soon as Gerrard came to the team, he started making some lot of changes. They started playing a very creative, active, in fact, very nice football. So far, so good for them at pre-season. They've played some matches. They played with Warsaw, they won. They played with Leeds, they won them. They played with Brisbane, they won them. It was Man U they played, they draw. In that draw, Man U scored them 2-0 first half. They came to score 2-2 second half. And in fact, they've not lost. Let's say they've not lost any of their pre-season so far. They've played about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches. They won 4 and drawn 1. They are in good form. And the experience, the likes of Philippe Coutinho and others. When it comes to Bournemouth have started the pre-season with. In fact, they've won only 2 matches so far, and they've lost about 3. The last 3 they've lost it against Real Sociedad, Bristol City, and then Braga, Portugal. They've lost it. So, if you want to look at form, Aston Villa is in good form for their pre-season matches. But that is not about EPL. Is a different terrain altogether. You can win a lot of matches friendly, what do you call it, your preseason matches and still lose. So for this particular game, if Gerrard have his tactics very well, Bournemouth so far have signed Joe Rotwell and Rhea Fredericks. Aston Villa has signed Diego Carlos. Last season he was on loan. Then now they have signed Filippo Coutinho full time from Barca. From initially he was on loan. Then Robin Olsen is a goalkeeper. Remember this guy? He was at Everton last season. He was with Everton. Robin Olsen. Then Ludwig Augustinsson, from Sweden. Then Boubacar Kamara. So I think Diego Carlos is a good defender. Filippo Coutinho, we already know him. From days of Liverpool to Inter, Inter to Liverpool to Barca, and then his other marriages with Bayern and so on. Now he has made his name back in EPL again. So I'm sure this should be it's a winnable match for Aston Villa. It should be a win or draw for Aston Villa.
Yeah, they are playing away.
They are playing away, yes. So I'm saying, though Bournemouth is also a very difficult team, alright, but I'm saying that looking at so far what they've done in the preseason, it should be a winnable game that Aston Villa should win. If nothing sports, it should be a winnable game. That's if you like, you can give them one handicap. You can dash Aston Villa one goal, so that you'll be safe. But for now, I think it's a winnable game for Aston Villa. A win or draw or a handicap will be okay for Aston Villa.
Okay. So Aston Villa win
or draw or dash them one goal
or
handicap.
That's one goal.
Yes.
Okay. Then the next match is Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest.
Newcastle is going to face an old dog of the APL. In fact, it's been a long time that Nottingham Forest was in the English Premier League. They are not new. They are not new to European football. They are not new to English football. Just that for some years now they've been in the wilderness for some number of years now. Okay, and they are going to face the millionaires now. One of the millionaires in EPL is Newcastle. We talk about the people who have money now. Newcastle have their owner is having money. Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool, even Leicester. They have money.
They want to sign this Chelsea striker. Timo
Werner. So the likes when you go to Newcastle too, they've already made some signings like former Tottenham defender who went to Atletico Madrid, and now he's recently when they played the friendly match, he captained the team to play that match. The name will come. In fact, he's a good player. I just hope and pray that he will be fit for the season so that there wouldn't be any injury, because normally it's the injury thing that worries them, and then that spoils their this thing for them. So he's there to help them to have a very good season. Kieran Trippier is there. They have the likes of Nick Pope from Burnley. They have the likes of Shelford Longstaff. They have one of the dangerous guys, Almiron, the Uruguay international. It's like he plays like Di Maria. Then there's this guy, Saint Maxim. He plays ball like Luis, Black American. He's the guy is good. All these guys will be on duty that day, and I see them causing harm to Nottingham Forest. But don't forget that Nottingham too has made some few signings that is also beefing up their team. Don't forget the old Man U player, now he's no more a Man U player. He's a Lingardino. He's now playing for Nottingham Forest. He's now part of Nottingham Forest. And I see them also causing few, when new people come like this. But they sign a lot of players. Nottingham has signed Taiwo Awoniyi, the striker, a very tough and striker. Nico Williams, Musa Nyakete, Omar Richards, Guillen Piakoni, Lewis O'Brien, Harry Sofios, Brandon Aguilera, Jesse Lingard, Wayne Hennessy, goalkeeper, Dean Hennessy, my keeper, the one who has been always on the bench for this year. Dean Henderson, Zakipan, he's also so now they've signed a lot of players, and for Newcastle they've also signed Nick Pope, Matt Target, and Sven Botman. So I see a side that will challenge on that day. Don't be surprised. I'm not be surprised if Newcastle will win, but though it could be a go-go. Could be a home win or go-go. Because Nottingham Forest will also come, just like the likes of Leeds did when they came first. The likes of the other teams who came, Wolves also did their first season when they came to destroy a lot of the teams. The likes of Brighton has been there, and the old teams and the new team that came for the past 2 years in the last season, they came and they caused a lot of harm. So I'm not surprised if Nottingham Forest with the few experienced players they are signing can cause harm. But I am tipping Newcastle to win. That's a home win or go-go.
Okay.
Home win or go-go.
Home
Win or
Newcastle win
or go-go. Or both teams to score.
For the next match is Everton versus Chelsea. Another tough match. Everton is playing.
Everton against Chelsea is a very good game. A good game because it's another old student against his former school. That's Frank Lampard going to face his former club, his former team that he coached. That he didn't do well for. You know, in fact, it didn't go well for him. The marriage didn't go well, so he left or they parted ways. Last season, we all know Chelsea was third in the league, and then Everton escaped relegation on the deadline day, the last day. They nearly went for relegation. They had to, the likes of Burnley, Watford, and Norwich had to go. Norwich was gone a long time. Watford, especially Burnley, left on the last day because they could not make the do because things didn't go their favor. For this particular game, I see a game that Frank Lampard will try to spoil the party of Chelsea. He will try to make a lot of statements. In fact, he knows that for Chelsea people to at least respect him, if you have a chance of coming back to Chelsea one day, he must start from now. He must score. He must perform. And so I believe he will not give them any chance. And Chelsea too also knows, the coach of Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel, knows that things are not going his way. So far, pre-season has not been good for him. In fact, the signings too has also not been going well. Looking at how Barca has been a thorn in the flesh of Chelsea. Any player that Chelsea want to buy, Barca will go for them. Chelsea said they want to buy Rafinha, Barca went for him. Chelsea was sniffing around Lewandowski, Barca went for him. Chelsea wanted, in fact, any person that they to start having discussion with, by the time you realize Barca will just pass through somewhere and then go and get the player. Jose Koundé, Sevilla defender, Barca went for them, that defender too. So now, in fact, so far Chelsea has signed only 2 players. That's the English international, Raheem Sterling, and then Kalidou Koulibaly. They are the people that Chelsea has signed so far. But when it comes to Everton too has also been quiet at the transfer front too. They signed James Tarkowski from Burnley, relegated Burnley, to join their defense. So this game, I tip Everton to disturb Chelsea. But just like the old song says, Chelsea might laugh the last. Though I see Everton causing harm, but Chelsea could still laugh the last. Sometimes it's not about pre-season. The pre-season could be challenging, but when the league starts, it could be different terrain altogether. So I see a win or draw for Chelsea in that game. A win or draw for Chelsea.
Looking at their head-to-head,
yes,
you could see that that match doesn't produce more goals. Everton against Chelsea. And when you check from their last 5 matches,
they are always conservative, like very tactical.
2-0, 1-0.
Nobody wants to come out in full so that you attack him. So it's like they are always careful. So whoever makes a mistake, tactical mistake, then the other team wins or scores them. So for let's say for the last match, Everton scored Chelsea. And I think that's what saved them in the English Premier League. That's what they maintained the 1-0. Then the last time too, there was also 1-1.
But Chelsea always lose at Goodison Park.
That's something that so far, because 2020 they lost at Goodison Park, and then this thing 2019 they lost at Goodison Park. 2019 again they lost at Goodison Park 2-0, 3-1. In fact, Goodison Park has not been something good for them. Then when it comes to it is always maybe the Chelsea home that they have this thing. The Wilson Park has been difficult for them, so that's why I said to be on the safer side, I'm seeing a draw or win for Chelsea if nothing changes on before the day. There are no injuries or something. It should be a draw or win for Chelsea.
Okay. The next match is Leicester City versus Brentford.
Leicester City versus Brentford. Thomas, their coach is I think Thomas or something. For Brentford. Brentford is a team that came last season to surprise a lot of people. In fact, with their performance, if you joke, they'll score you. They didn't sign too many big names. They maintained some of their players that they came in from the championship. And they played, and then they did well. They did very well. Looking at the position they got last season, they didn't go for relegation. They did very well. So, and Leicester is an old dog, a former winner of the English Premier League, who still has in their ranks experienced players. So I don't see them. And at home, the likes of Jamie Vardy are all there. When you look at the head-to-head of these two clubs, I'm sure going back to history, these two sides met in 2022. Leicester won by 2-1. 2021, Leicester has won. 2021 again, Leicester has won 3-1. 2020, Leicester won 1-0. 1993, the last time they met, far away, Leicester won 3-1. So away. So it means that Leicester has upper hand over Brentford. So I don't see this changing. Let's look at their preseason matches they've played so far. So far, if you look at the last 3 matches, Leicester has won all their last 3 matches. When you look at the last 3 matches of Brentford too, they've also won their last 3 matches. Only the last 4, they've won 3 and lost 1. Leicester too has won 3 and draw 1. So everybody is in top form. But I don't think the records will change. I see a home win for Leicester. At worst a go-go. So home win or go-go in this particular match.
So Leicester win.
Go-go.
Go.
Yeah.
So the next match is Manchester United versus Brighton.
Brighton has been on our necks for some time. In fact, let's say Manchester and Brighton, they've really been worrying at Man U. They play a kind of fluid football. They don't have too many stars, big names. They play team compact football, and in fact, I don't see Brighton moving from their philosophy or tactical the tactical way they play. And in fact, it's at Old Trafford, right?
Yeah.
Old Trafford, and Man U as well would also try to do everything possible to make a good first start in front of their fans at Old Trafford. They wouldn't want to lose their first match and then probably have their fans backing at them or shouting at the players. So far, so good for Retenga. He has. People are saying there's depreciation. He started with 4-0 and started reducing. Now the last time they lost, and today they are playing again their last friendly match. And this will be the first friendly match that preseason match that Ronaldo will play. And with reference to transfer to Man U, has done some few businesses in the transfer. The likes of Christian Eriksen, and the likes of Malaysia, and the likes of when it comes from Malaysia to we have some few other additions as well. He's looking at bringing his darling boy from Barca, Frankie de Jong, and some other few attackers, Anthony. But things are not going as planned. But I'm sure some of those ones will happen in the later part of the transfer window, because when you look at the match that Man U is playing now, Man U is lacking strikers, prolific strikers that will finish opportunities given them. And in fact, the young, experienced, Rashford and Martial has been in this team for so many years now. If you talk about the old players now, Martial and Rashford has been there, and they've been there for some time. So by now they should have matured. Maybe they are still playing young, upcoming Arsenal. Even Arsenal these days are moving from that kind of football. So if they are still playing that kind of immature football, when you see chances and you be wasting them, you shouldn't think that when Bournemouth, this post-seed, they will not score them. They will discipline them. That is Brighton. Brighton will discipline them. They've lost their midfielder in Bissouma to Tottenham anyway, but they've also added some 2 players, Julio and Siso. and then Simon Adingra. I'm sure he's a Cote d'Ivoire or Ivorian. I believe it will be a nice game to watch. Like if Man U to win or draw that first game. Man U win or draw.
Brighton have never won or do a game at Old Trafford since 2017.
It's true, but these days for the Ferguson left the team, most of the records have been broken. And I will not be surprised if this one could be broken because there's nothing. Most of the records have been broken. This thing, even the longest away record was Sport. Yeah. Everything that was the pride of Man U is gone. Even now, the league that we've not won for, we're saying that it was Man U 2019. Now Liverpool came to win, so now everything is now some way. So for records with this reference to Man U now, but the coach of Man U has kind of brought some kind of new spirit into the camp, and I believe let's hope that it will carry on to some point at least to take the team to good start. But I will not be surprised if the strikers of Man U that they don't take advantage of their chances on that day, because since their first preseason match they scored 4-0 against Liverpool, the goals started reducing. So maybe if reduce it for the main game. Okay. Let's see whether the main game will deliver on that day.
Okay. So the last match, that's West Ham United versus Manchester City.
West Ham United versus Manchester City. Some will say that it's a done deal for Man City, but it's not that standard. It's not just straightforward. Let's all know that West Ham is a very troublesome team. David Moyes' team has been worrying some of the teams. What you don't think them to do, the likes of Mikel Antonio and then his brothers will deliver. So playing against somebody who has just lost the Community Shield, he is also hurt. David Moyes will do his usual compact game at his home. You do everything possible to win that game, but count on the experience of Pep Guardiola, his tactics. He can also tweak his tactics to topple that of David Moyes. Why, if you want to really look at the two sides and being the first match, I will not be surprised if it could be go. Looking at how Liverpool was able to penetrate the back of Man City yesterday, it could be go, or so either away win or go. Either away win or go. Because I will not be surprised if Mikel Antonio or any of his brother guys will also put one behind the net because of because they have yesterday. I saw the goal that they considered against Liverpool. That cross, Ake could have headed the ball away, but he headed the ball into his own goal and he blocked the view of the goalkeeper. Had it been another experienced defender, they could have prevented that goal. So I don't see any West Ham not scoring. They could score and trust Man City as well. They will score. So it can either be a both team to score or a way to win. That's Man City to win.
So that's what about week 1.
Yeah.
Week 1.
Yeah.
So if I can recall, Arsenal.
Yes.
Win or draw.
Yes.
Fulham versus Liverpool straight win. Tottenham versus Southampton. Tottenham or go. The fourth match, Leeds United versus Wolverhampton, home or away. Bournemouth versus Aston Villa, win or draw. And then Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest, Newcastle or go.
Yeah.
Everton versus Chelsea, double chance for Chelsea. And then Manchester United versus Brighton, Manchester United straight win.
That Chelsea game too, it could also go like it's either it could be go or away or Chelsea. Double chance for Chelsea. The Chelsea game is two things: either go or away. That's for Chelsea, or this thing for Chelsea.
So everything favor Chelsea.
Yeah. Or sometimes you can also go like that's Chelsea one goal. That's Chelsea one goal to be on the safer side.
Okay. And then Leicester City versus Brentford. Leicester City win or go.
Yeah.
And then the last match, West Ham United versus Manchester City, away win or go.
Yeah.
So these are our predictions on EPL, England and Premier League Week 1. Okay. So next week, is it next week already?
This coming Friday. This coming Friday.
So meaning next week.
So the first match will be Arsenal versus Crystal Palace on Friday.
And then we have a lot to do. The Spanish La Liga.
Yes. That will start after the next week. So there's more to hear from us. I believe that keep on following this channel, subscribe, share as well, and let's this family boom. Let this family increase in size. There's something good happening on this channel.
And don't forget to like this video. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you too.
Hey! That's a try easy.